and I'm gonna, hopefully it works out. This is my first time recording this, and I'll post it on YouTube. So if anyone wants to see it later on, they'd be able to do it. Alright, so let's see. Maybe I can find a different rock for that, just because it's starting to look a little repetitive. So I'm going to use one of these big guys here, and just because I wanted to cover as much of this as possible. So so I'm going to bring it in and place it a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to place it something like that. Even though it looks, I'm still gonna debate a little bit on whether to use these ones that have no moss versus this one that has well, quite a bit of moss on it. But let's see, maybe there's a side of it that that is less mossy. Even though what I could do is, and I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna flip it around like this, and place it right there. One of the things that and yeah, it sticks out of the ground pretty nice. Let's see. Okay, so just gonna need to fix this little hump in the ground right there. There we go. So, and yeah, that rock kind of fits right there at the bottom. I don't know if I should put it more in there or just gonna leave it where it is. And just gonna move some of these trees around just so that you know, I can start building the waterfall base and the riverbed. Alright, so with these big rocks, I'm all set on the sides. I can actually move this one a little bit. These two, what I'm going to do, I'm going to move them a little bit this way. This waterfall model has, well, I mean, not the model, but the texture itself has a pretty sharp edge on that side, so I just want to cover that as good as I can. Like, you can see it coming down here. So let's see, maybe I can rotate this bottom piece, and yeah, maybe something like that. So trying to cover that sharp edge. There we go. I think that should work. Okay, and I'm just gonna quickly move some of these trees that are sticking out, and or they're sticking out of the rock. I'm gonna try and move them and place them in some of these areas that are, you know, maybe some of them. Yeah, if you press space with the trees, or you know, go into your mesh like I did with this rock, you can easily select the vegetation. Okay, so one of the things that I want to do is probably I'm gonna do it tonight. You know, I'm not gonna do it in this stream. Is go into and hide some of these rocks and delete uh, all the veggies that are behind them. So alright, so what I'm gonna do next, it's gonna be, I'm gonna try and swing this river around and see how it works. Hopefully get it this to here. I'm kind of looking at it and it's, maybe I came a little bit too far out with it, but maybe we can get something out of it. All right, so let's see. I'm probably gonna have to do it in sections. So what I will do, I'm gonna copy my water volume because that's the bigger one, and I'm gonna try and place it right where the riverbed is gonna be. And a good thing about some of these foam assets, because they're actually just a plane, which is really cool. See, it gives you that little foam on the river, and you know it looks like the water is flowing, so it definitely helps a lot with that. There's a few models, so one of them that has a bend left and one of them that has a bend right, so you can get a curve in the flow. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. And one of the things that I need to do first is actually just edit this terrain a little bit. So like I was saying yesterday, if you turn on this feature to grow on terrain, so right now I believe it's off. What this gives you, it gives you the ability to, on a higher, a bigger slope or a steeper slope, to pull the trees up and down, especially like something like this, that depending on the pivot point, you will see these really ugly roots. So, but in order, whenever you modify terrain, if you want the vegetation to keep with your with your modifications, what you need to do, you need to check this back on. So right now, if I'm going to do what I'm going to do, I'm going to flatten the terrain so it's going to be the same slope throughout. So I'm going to pick the height, and it's going to be this one right here, right at the bottom of the waterfall, and I'm going to do a flatten. My vegetation follows the terrain just as it's supposed to. Alright, so let's see. Let's see how much I need to flatten here. I'm gonna try and not change a lot, but I'm gonna need to change a little bit just because it's gonna have to flow this way. Alright, so I think that might be good. And now what I need to do is I need to carve out my the waterbed. All right. So first of all, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this water volume away. Actually, no, I'm gonna have to move it down. So I'm gonna move it down just below the surface of the terrain, so that when I start carving this out, I'm just gonna see the water coming out. All right, so let's see. For this one, I'm just gonna do a rise lower the terrain, and I'm gonna do a -0.1. The inside radius, which is gonna be the deepest section, and then the outside radius, I'm gonna have maybe a 4-meter width. So there we go, and this one is going to curve around like so. One of the things that I need to be careful with is um, let's see, is also going to be how I was telling you about those the water flowing. I mean um, those foam assets. So, and I'm just going to try and get as much as this water volume to cover my my water bed like that. Alright, so let's see. I'm gonna finish it around here where the bottom of the waterfall is. Make it a little deeper. That's what normally happens. Alright, so now I'm gonna try and see if I can make that bend with some of these assets. So it's I'm gonna use one of this. And let's see, where do we want to place it? We want to place it somewhere around there. And lower it some more. There we go. Just to pull it out. And I'm gonna copy the same one. I'm not sure if there's another one for a sharper bend, but yeah, no, this one is actually for an obstacle. So if there's an obstacle on the road, maybe a rock or something, it would make it look like it's going around it. But what I'm going to use it for is to make it look like it's you know, curving and following a riverbed. So let's see. Just gonna have to figure out where is it positioned right now. And it's actually not even the. I think I changed it to something else. Oh yeah, my mistake. Okay, there we go. So one of the things that also you would I want to be careful with is the size of these, because I don't want them to be like a sharp edge like you see right here, like this one. So I'm trying to get it to a size that that alpha, like there we go, is actually within the river bounds. Alright, so now I'm almost there. This was my biggest concern, this sharp bend. So so one of the things I wanted to do is just get a little bit more in here of the, just like that. There we go. So now we can continue on with this and hopefully get it closer to our destination. I'm probably going to have to do another little waterfall down here just because I want to make it down to this level. So there's going to be another small waterfall. And for that one, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to use just some rocks, and there's a few more assets. This is like it's a bigger waterfall, this water flow here. But there's a few that are smaller, and I'm going to try and mix two of those so that I can get that in. Alright, so let me just widen this a little bit. I'm going to do the smooth just to make this like that, and as well as, you know, covering some of these because I don't need any water down this way. So just gonna raise the terrain a little bit, and And of course, once you do the smooth, this texture stretch that you would get, especially when you do like really intense, either flatten the terrain or you know, a raise, like a really sharp raise or lower. There we go. So and I just need to move some of these bigger trees around like that. And see, like right now, on since I had the grow on terrain feature on, I can't move them up and down. But once I'm done with modifying the terrain, I'm going to be able to turn that back on and go and fix some of these trees that are on steep slopes. There we go. Yeah, so one of the things that I'm going to have to do is clean up some of this vegetation that is in the riverbed, and that's just going to be a little bit of cleanup. It's going to be more of a grunt work kind of a deal, but you'll have to do some of that. You can't really get out of it. There we go. Yeah, so I think that looks those two water flows, I think they flow into each other pretty good. I'm just gonna modify, and actually, oh, I forgot a couple of these trees. Just gonna move them here and here. And I can put this on this side. Alright. And another thing, I'm just gonna need to raise this on this edge right here, just a little bit like that, and also right at the bottom of the waterfall I need to bring this terrain up a little bit like that. There we go. And as far as painting the waterbed, I'm gonna take care of that. But what I wanted to do is just finish up with see, like this one I made a little small, so I'm just gonna have to make it, you know, slightly bigger just to simulate this this water flow like that. There we go. I think that works, and maybe I can get this one also to turn it around a little bit so that it gives a little bit of a better transition, and make it slightly smaller. There we go. I think that that provides a pretty realistic flow to a water, and I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Okay, so the other thing, we need to join these two, and I'm thinking I might go with two waterfalls, because you know, it just gives it a variety. I could have gone just with another big one like that, but I think it might look better if I do two smaller ones. So let me just move some of these trees out of the way like that. And some of these ferns. There we go. Just clearing out the waterbed. And now I'm gonna do a bit of a smooth here, just like that. Okay, good. So this is below in the water. All right. Yeah, I think I like that. Um, Sorry I didn't do what I initially started off with, doing this stretch all the way to the ocean. But I will probably do that next time, or during. I mean, you kind of get an idea of the way I'm doing things. So yeah, I'm still gonna. We'll see if I decide on changing either the texture on this to be more like this one. I'm not sure how that would look, to be honest with you, but let me see if I apply it. I guess it's using already. It's using the same. It's using the same material, but with there's like probably a dozen different texture on here, and this one has a different ID. So unfortunately, I don't think I can. I wish I'd be able to edit the mesh, but I think you need 3D Max to be able to edit it. So, and I don't have that. So, but one of the things that I might do is I might, and I'm probably going to end up doing that, since this is going to be within the same environmental probe as, and it's not going to move. I'm going to probably cheat and not worry as much about its PBR properties, because I just want to get the color of the rock to be a little darker like that, to be closer to what this one is, and I think they look better this way rather than having this really bright color, which yeah, it definitely looks good, but I'm thinking it might work a little better that way. So and actually I guess I already had material made up for this, and I just had to apply it. Okay, so I'm actually quite happy with how these waterfalls came together, and then the water flow in here, how how it follows the river bend. I was a little bit concerned how that would work, but I guess it turned out alright. So just gonna do a little bit of smoothing here. There we go. Okay. Oh, and also I need to do the little bit of smoothing on the waterbed. I'm probably going to do more of this once I hide this layer that everything is on, so I get a better view of what veggies I need to move or delete. Okay. So now one of the things that I'm probably going to end up doing is, and I've previously done this before for another area of the map, is just going to go over here, and this is yeah, I guess I lied. I was just using a particle effect for these drops. So I'm gonna go with that, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn on this layer. I think it's and oh yeah, there it is. There's my waterfall. It's probably the big one too. Doesn't have a proper material, but I'm gonna copy these rocks that form the base, and along with with the particle effects. Alright, so now that's copied. I'm just gonna pull them out, and they're actually in a group by the way it looks. So with these, let's see, I'm gonna try, I might just have to ungroup these, and let's see, I just want to select these, group, make them a group, and then bring them over to where my items are at right now. So I'm just gonna select these real quick. And hopefully I get them all. Yeah, see again, there's that issue with the particle effects. So hopefully I can fix that with the emissive lighting. Okay, let's see if I got them all. I think I did. So now I'm just going to group these. I'm going to call them forest, mall, waterfall. And actually, I think it might be better if I just make these into a prefab. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go into prefab and create prefab. And this is going to be called forest, small waterfall. Okay, so now I can just let's see, I thought there's a way to close in. Okay. So there's a way to for you to close the prefab and not well, I guess it sort of works. Or no, it's actually my mistake. I didn't add this waterfall asset to it. So I'm just gonna have to bring that in once I place it into where I need it to be. So I'm just gonna go back to my river here, and let's see, once I go under my prefabs, let's see, where is my window? Prefabs, and my thing is forest, small waterfall. So I'm gonna bring this in, and oops, come on. There we go. Just gonna try and position it in place. See, I'm hoping it's not too big. We'll see how it fits in. There we go, like that. And I just need to bring it lower a little bit. Yeah, so one of the things that I was telling you about is this little edge that from the water volume. So I'm just going to try and cover it with the rocks, and I think that's almost there. Let me just close this database view, and I'm going to try and move this up a little bit, just like that. I think that fits in. I wish it'd be that easy. And I'm probably going to use some of these rocks for my top waterfall, just because it looks pretty good right there. Okay, so I think that looks that fits in pretty good with the rest of the rocks and the scenery in general, and I'm quite happy with it. And now that I have this in place, what I can do is I'm just going to reuse it, and of course this is just for pure placement, but I'm going to copy this prefab. I'm going to make a clone of it and rotate these rocks around a little bit, so so they do look a little different. And they already look different because there's different parts of it that are sunk into the ground versus versus before. So so there we go. That's my other waterfall. And last thing I'm gonna do today is gonna be uniting these two pieces. So this part with this one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and modify this. It's gonna be actually I need to go lower. So it's gonna go this way all the way to here, like that. Okay, that's pretty good. So let me just, I'm gonna use the same water volume, and bring it over here. Let's see what would be a better position for this. Just like that. Turn it around. And maybe lower it some more. I just need to edit my terrain, but actually what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna edit my my water volume, because I don't need it to be this big. I needed it for the other one, but down here is just a small section, so so there we go. I think that's better like that. And let me just make sure that it's going to where it's supposed to, like that. And what I'm going to do, I need to fix this here, so I'm just going to raise the terrain. But before I do, I need to make the drop right here. Just make this a little wider, like that. And so there we go. I think that's pretty good. Good. Okay. So now I can go and actually bring it up, and I need the outside radius a little small because I only need this piece right here to modify. There we go. Okay, great. So now what I need to do, I'm just gonna smooth this out a little bit down here. And I'm gonna bring one of these water flow assets, and I think since there's still a bend in it, I'm just gonna do it like this, and gonna put it down in the water like that. let's see, I might need to make this water bed a little bigger. Just so again I don't run into that edge of that foam asset. There we go. I think that works out pretty good. So I'm just gonna rotate it like that. So that way this one ends that way. So I'm just gonna bring this edge up a little bit so it looks like it's going around something. And let's see. Yep, modify. That's right. So I'm gonna bring this up like that, and then do a little bit of a smooth, a bigger radius, like so. One of the things that I can also do is place another rock on this edge right there. And I think one of the issues is that the bottom of this is really pretty bad looking, so I'm just gonna smooth it out like so. Yeah, that's better. And smooth this edge like that. There we go. Oh, and let's see. Yeah, so see now I can tell there's this little edge. So I'm just gonna take this and make it slightly smaller. It's almost there. See if I bring it up a little bit. There we go. I think that works out pretty good. So the only things that I'm gonna be left with is well, I'm gonna continue making this and making this wider. Also, one of the things that I need to tweak is the amount of foam, because it does have quite a bit of foam. So if you go under your material editor and you look at the foam amount, I'm just going to tweak that so you can see it right here. Let's see, do I not have the correct one? Oh, no, actually I was looking at the wrong material. So let me just grab the proper water volume, which is this one, I think. Yeah, it's that one. So this one, it's Woodland Canyon River. So what I normally do, I just duplicate it so I can edit it. So whenever there's an update to the engine,